Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. And listen, the conversion is now complete. Indoctrinated into Benchmade Knife Company. I just might be. But let's talk about it. Benchmade Knives has had their share of successes and controversy over the years. And I want to talk about some of the things that they've been through since their inception. And let's just see if my knowledge of Benchmade makes me a Benchmade sheep or just somebody who likes to do their research about Benchmade. So let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Benchmade Knife Company. But first, if you're the person that likes man cave stuff, survival stuff, EDC stuff, hit that subscribe button down below. We would love to have you a part of the battalion. And if this is your first time stopping by, well, join us. Hopefully you enjoy the content. We can get you to hit that like button as well. Benchmade Knife Company first started and founded in 1979, but they didn't really find and get their full footing until 1987. Now, their founder started off by first making balisong type knives. Those are pretty popular. A lot of folks carry those type of knives, but they really started to gain their footing once they made their founding into Oregon City, Oregon. They've placed their roots there. Now they have over 400 employees according to their LinkedIn, and they're the largest knife company in America. And they have a huge facility in Oregon City, over 144 square feet, small retail shop, but mainly it's just their large facility where they actually make their knives. Now that's a little bit of their history. Let's talk about the good. Well, first off, it's an American made knife. In front of me is every Benchmade knife that I own. If you want me to do a video about every knife that I own from Benchmade, leave a comment down below. Might be able to make that happen as well. I own 20 knives from these folks. Everything from their folders to their hunting line to their out the front to their daggers. The only thing I don't have from them is their cutlery set. And that's one good thing that's good about them. They have a variety of type of knives that you can be interested in. Everything if you need to process some meat fresh from a hunt, or if you just need to have like a simple everyday type of knife to carry in your pocket. Also, 4 years in a row, they were recognized as one of Oregon's most admired companies. So, you know, they're doing some great things, doing a lot of volunteer work down there as well. And because of the bug out and the mini bug out, they have won tons of awards from gearjunkie.com, Men's Health, just to name a few. So they've really been laying the groundwork for putting out some quality products. Another good thing about them is that they make over 150 different type of knives. If you need variety, they may be the place that you want to go, especially if you want an American made type of knife. Also, they have a lifetime warranty. So any issues with the parts, the blade, the hardware with your knife, send it in to them. They're just going to verify that it's not some type of counterfeit knife, because wish.com is hooking it up. But they have a great warranty. They also have a lifetime sharpening warranty. You want a factory edge back on your blade, send it in to them and they will give a factory edge back to your knife. And you don't have to pay anything. That's a pretty good deal in my book. Finally, they have great customer service with human beings that are actually here in the States. No shade to the companies that don't, have the human beings here in the States. But, I've just been so happy with the service that I've gotten from them. I've had no issues whatsoever. But it's not all good. We also got to talk about the bad, because at the end of the day, every company has stepped in it a couple of times. Now, Benchmade knives will lead you to believe that everything is being made literally at a bench, maybe at their inception, but not anymore. They got a lot of laser produced type items. Things aren't necessarily being made by hand. They test a certain percentage of their knives is my assumption. But there's been a lot of complaints when it comes to quality control issues. Issues like pivots not working that well, leading to lackluster action, not having the best factory edge, and also knives arriving off center. Now, these are anecdotal, but these are real. And every company has their woes, but there's something you have to identify. Also, according to Breitbart, in February 2019, Benchmade allowed Oregon City Police Department to use their facility and their specialty tools to destroy some boomsticks. Now, those that are heavy into the Second Amendment were quite upset by this occurrence. They did have to come out later and say that they had specialty tools that Oregon City Police Department did not have. They assisted them in destroying these boomsticks that were already slated to be destroyed. If you see that as a good or bad thing, that's up to you, but it's just something to identify. Also, according to opensource.com, they've donated a lot of money to different politicians who have different points of views on different things, both R's and D's, some that are anti-Second Amendment, some are pro-Second Amendment. So that's just something else to keep in mind. Finally, in the bad category, we got to mention their price. Their pricing is sometimes a little bit more than some of their competitors, some of their American competitors, and it's definitely more than the influx of Chinese-made knives that have hit the market. Now, there is a ugly side. In January 2021, they were fined over $13,000 for allowing a spill of chromium, which is used to make sockets. In their case, they use it to make some of their knives, and they didn't immediately clean up that spill. Also, in December 2018, they had a security breach, which resulted in several of their customers' addresses, credit card numbers, names being breached. It was hacked. They actually had to shut their website down for a while, do an investigation. They disclosed that they did discover that some folks' information was stolen. Finally, they have almost 24 Better Business Bureau complaints, BB&B complaints, about everything from losing knives when they sent it in for the free sharpening, all the way to messing up a custom order by several customers. Now, to be fair, they oftentimes respond to the BB&B complaints within one business day, sometimes only a couple business days, but at least they're being responsive. My conclusion, Benchmade Knives is a good company making a good product. I mean, look at the table. I got a few of them here that are kind of, they make me feel good when I carry them in my pocket. Everything from their hunting line, just to their one of their freaking staples, the Benchmade Bug Out, all the way down to some of their specialty tools, like the Tengu tool, which is one of my favorite tools as well, and overly expensive as well. But you know what? I enjoy them. They bring me joy when I carry them in my pocket. The company is made up of humans, and we all make mistakes. We know that. I can appreciate when you own up to your mistakes, you come out, you talk about it, and you don't hide behind a blanket, a veneer. I have a lot more trust in American-made companies such as Benchmade than the onslaught, the flood of Chinese-made knives that are hitting the market. And I think that Benchmade, being around for several decades now, is an example for some of the up-and-coming knife companies like Spyderco, Chris Reeve, and Tactile Knife Company. Take it or leave it, they make some quality products, but I want to know what you think. Comment down below. Are you a Benchmade knife sheep? I'm not quite a sheep, but I do own a lot of their crap. Are you someone else? Tell me your favorite knives, or you're another American-made company. You like German-made knives, Boker, you like Buck. Let me know what you like down below. I would love to know with some comments. Also, if this is your first time stopping by, thank you for stopping by. If you are a part of the Battalion, thank you once again. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.